Wajima, will be able to turn things around and bring some relief into the Ghanaian economy. Good morning, Bachelor Frost.
My name is Kafu Kusibe. I came for home. I came here 3 days today. But I don't see any place to sleep. I just went outside and went bed for market fee. Mosquito did me my bread.
I still decided to be here.
Yeah, I just want to be here. I gotta show my level for here. Say my father is going to show it for this year. That's why I came for whole year. I'm not saying a place to sleep.
What's the meaning of what you carry on your head?
I'm looking for my father. That's why I'm carrying this thing. Checking. I'm checking my father. Mahama. I'm checking. I don't see him. So I'm checking. My also finished. So I need someone to buy it from me. This kerosene is finished. I need someone to buy my kerosene for me. But not see anybody to buy it for me. I don't see. But if you can give money to buy some place, I'll take it. Will you give me money to buy crazy? Can you buy it for me? You can't be.
There's no crazy now.
Well, give me money. This money is not gone. This money.
All right. Thank you very much. So, we've been bringing you those interactions from the many party supporters who are here. As we speak, the main event ground is gradually getting full. The numbers keep increasing, but for the popular stands, those are full already. It's been like this somewhere around midnight, even into this morning. The popular stand has been occupied already. This atmosphere getting very much charged and exciting. You can see right ahead of me, a group of drummers and dancers, and from their costuming, they should be coming from the northern part of Ghana. They've also made their way here at the Black Star Square, bringing some form of entertainment and also entertaining themselves, and also showing support for the incoming government. So these are exciting pictures we bring you from the Black Star Square. These dancers, I can hazard a guess, are coming from northern Ghana, looking at their costuming and what have you. we're still here at the Black Stars Square. We've been bringing you pictures of a charged atmosphere, even as the main event, kicks in around 10 a.m. For an event which is going to start at 10 a.m. Even as at 12 midnight on the 6th of January, this whole place, was occupied. I'm talking about the popular stand. There are some who have decided to, get closer to the days, and so they've made their way sitting down to ensure that they get a proper view of the whole ceremony, even though there is a giant screen that has been provided for those who will be watching from the popular stand. The numbers here, as you can see, very much encouraging. They've traveled from across the country to come and render some support to the incoming government. They've come to also be part of this historic event for them and for their political party, which will be leading Ghana in the next 4 years. Quickly, let's try still and engage some of the party supporters who are here. Good morning to you. Good morning to you, Alaji. I see you trying to get a little bit closer to the event grounds proper. How long have you been here?
Yeah, I come to witness and ceremony and John Dramani Mahama.
Yeah. Which region are you coming from? Which constituency?
I came from Odododio constituency. So I tell my God, I wish everybody well, inshallah. 7:30 I was here. Yeah.
And what's your name?
Moro Sasi.
Sasi. Okay, so that was Moro Sasi. He's been here since 7:30 a.m. from the Odododio constituency. We are still, bringing you sights and sounds from the popular stand here at the Black Star Square. Many party supporters clad in NDC t-shirts. A lot of them wearing white, signifying victory. Let me speak to you quickly. Good morning to you, sir. I can see you are tired. How long have you been here?
We came here 3 days today.
Whoa, 3 days today?
Yes.
Purposely to attend this event?
Yes.
From which region?
From Bimbila.
From Bimbila?
Yes.
Wow. Yes. Were you given transportation or you came here by yourself?
We came here by ourselves.
And you'll be going by yourself?
We'll go by ourselves.
Why did you decide to do that?
Oh, Mama is somebody that we want. So we are very grateful that he has taken the country back.
Yeah. And what will be your advice to the incoming government?
My advice is that the Mahamas were very careful about who is appointing as ministers. We don't want any disappointment again. We only want that the country should go as we want. So we don't want to have any arrogant minister. We just want to have ministers that will do the work for us so that the country will go as we want. The country is not well at all. It's not good.
So you spoke about disappointment.
Yeah.
That is a possibility. It can happen.
Yeah.
How will you deal with a disappointment in case it happens?
I'm not sure it will happen because Mahama, going around on his campaign, we told him all what was happening under his government in the previous time. So I'm very sure Mahama is going to rule the country as we want. Yes.
Thank you very much.
You can see how we have competent executives. Somebody like our national chairman, our national secretary, they cannot fail us. They will do as we want. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Your name again?
My name is Dramani Mahama, former communication officer for Bimbila.
Thank you very much. All right, and then maybe before I let you go, what are some of the key policies that you see your government begin to implement, even in the shortest possible time?
This is 24-hour economy. It's a policy that is going to help all of us. 24 hours. And we are going to make sure that free education go well. We want free education to be delivered very well because it was so well structured. And so Mahama is going to make sure that free education will stand well. It will not be running as red, yellow, green. No, we don't want such education.
Thank you very much. And so you hear the vuvuzelas blasting, not because His Excellency John Dramani Mahama himself is on the grounds, but because there's a video documentary that is showing concerning His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. That's made the audience or the guests here gone agog and excited, even with the showing of that short documentary on the screens a while ago. Reasons why you heard the vuvuzelas and the noise going through the roof. We are still here at the Black Star Square. This event is going to be starting at 10 a.m. As we know, but even before that, there are a lot of events that are already ongoing here at the Black Star Square. There are a lot of events ongoing already. People are taking the opportunity to make some sales. Let me speak to this lady who is selling cashew. It's a business in Ekwase. Okay, so right in front of me there is a bobo session ongoing. Certainly a group from the Volta region, the stronghold of the NDC. They have come here in their numbers, some form of entertainment to the many people who are in the popular stand. Those are pictures of a bobo session from the Volta region. Excited as they are. We want to join that bobo session. If you are watching us from the comfort of your home, this is our coverage of the swearing-in ceremony, the inauguration of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama as the next president of in the Fourth Republic. Exciting sounds. The Black Star Square. All right, so let's continue to interact with some of the party supporters who are in the popular stand. Good morning to you, sir. What's your name?
Winston Kado.
How long have you been here?
Around 4 a.m. Around 4 a.m.
From which region?
From Ketu North, of course. Representing Ademagana. We don't want to put pressure on him for now. He's a very young and dynamic person. We are expecting some. He's my MP. So Mahama is I'm following day out. I'm about to feel. Yeah, I'm here because of Mahama and then the Magbana. We want to assure people back at home that we are here in our numbers supporting them back at home. So they should keep watching the TV, they should keep praying for us. Adam is not the man of the day. That is why we are here for him. He's the youngest MP in the parliament now. 33 years in age.
Thank you very much. Before we hand over to you in studio, let's talk to some more.
It's coming to, yes, as you we restarted, yes, yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes.
They are so much happy to have witnessed this particular historic moment in the history of this beautiful country of ours, Mother Ghana. If you're just joining us, it's our coverage of the inauguration of the President-elect John Dramani Mahama. It's expected to start around 10 o'clock, which is just 2 hours away from that. And we are bringing you live here on GTV, GBC News. We are also live on Unique FM. We are live across the 16 regions of this country. We are live on Facebook and, of course, live on the internet at gbcghanaonline.com. Tema, there are lots of people out there.
Too many. I'm just, with the sheer numbers of people who have gathered there, I hope that there's a structure, there's a system to make sure that the place is not overrun with people.
There is, actually, because you've noticed that where the event itself is going to take place, there's been some kind of demarcation have been put around that place. But those ones, like what we are seeing now on the screen, it's got to do with those at the various stands.
Yeah, the popular stand and what.
Popular stand. So they are not really having access to the main grounds itself, where the event itself will be taking.
So there's an inner perimeter and there's an outer perimeter, and then there is the popular stand.
The popular stand. So
then this is where my concern is, because this could quickly turn chaotic if there is any slight panic in the crowd. I don't see many of the security measures that have been put in place here. So if there is some kind of rush, what's going to happen? I hope that there are clearly demarcated entrances and exits so that people can orderly move around. It doesn't appear that way to me from where we sit here. And perhaps that's my only concern. Apart from that, I understand the the desire to witness the history that's about to unfold. It's not something that we've seen in our country before.
Yes.
And a lot of people have traveled from far and near. Did you see the lady with the Bobo lantern asking for kerosene?
Asking for kerosene.
People have traveled from far and near to be here to witness this. But we can promise the Ghanaian people that we'll keep them updated on everything that is going to happen today, and you will have almost front row access, as if you were there yourself in person at the Black Star Square, to see the inauguration of His Excellency the President-elect John Dramani Mahama. So just the crowd is the issue for me.
It's just the crowd is the issue for you. Well, I'm sure it's well managed. So far, at least we've had some African leaders coming through. We understand that the president for Gabon is actually arrived, that of Botswana, Nigeria, Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, the vice president of Tanzania. We have the president, of course, of Namibia, Liberia, Kenya, Sierra Leone, Equatorial Guinea, that's the vice president, and then the Ugandan vice president is also in town. Then president of the Democratic Republic of Congo also in town. You notice that when the president-elect was elected, he had to visit some neighboring countries to actually see how best they can strengthen that relationship we have with them. He went to Nigeria, went to Burkina Faso, went to Guinea, I think other African countries too. I'm sure the presidents are also here to grace this occasion. This is a very proud moment for the continent itself and a proud moment for Mother Ghana. Gradually, Ghana is always setting the pace and paving the way to make the rest of the world know that at least when you come to Africa, there's a country called Ghana that understands what democracy is all about, that understands that we go to the polls to elect our leaders and we do that peacefully, and then we come back and then inaugurate our leader, and everything goes back to normal as we govern the country.
I think that, and like I said at the beginning, we don't pat ourselves on the back enough. It's easy to get fixated on the things that divide us and, you know, almost lose sight of the fact that we will get through this. And I had my moments before the election when I was in full panic mode and asking myself, if anything were to go awry, which direction are we going to go? My French is not what it should be. So I can't live very long in Togo or any of our neighboring French-speaking countries. I don't swim very well, so the sea is not an option for me. So you find yourself thinking, what are our options? But you decide that democracy is our option, and sticking to the rule of the law is our option. And that's how we get through what we want to get through. Yesterday in Parliament, or this morning in Parliament, we saw the banter. Actually, I think it was yesterday, before the dissolution of the 8th Parliament, the banter between the then majority and the minority. And, you know, the long speech by Honorable Afenyo-Markin and, you know, the shorter one that preceded him from Dr. Kasawatu Forson. And it tells you sharply where we are. Afenyo-Markin, the Honorable, admitting that there have been times I've picked my phone and I've called this man, we've come to some kind of terms, and then he calls me back and says, no deal. And for me, those are the stories that we need to keep retelling. And unfortunately, the political class waits until moments like this to now tell us that they are, you know, cozy. But in the heat of the moment, they don't give us that impression. So we have all these moments of anxiety, thinking that we are heading for the doldrums, only to, at the last minute, what appears to be by some slick of a miracle, you know, whisk ourselves back into safe waters. So I think that that's one of the things that we really need to celebrate, that in the midst of all the controversies and the disagreements, we can step into the light on January 7 once again and, you know, make Ghana proud.
Make Ghana proud. I mean, yesterday too, the president-elect together with the president, the outgoing president, that's His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, together with the president-elect, they went on a tour at the Jubilee House. It was a very beautiful scene to actually see them together, and the various chief of staffs and the various members of both parties also coming around to take a tour and all that. So it's a beautiful scene, and that's what we actually want in our democracy. After our election, there was this whole viral thing that went on social media concerning Nigerians, or some Nigerians who had their first election experience in
Ghana.
Yes, their first election experience in Ghana, and for them it was surprising. They they've never thought that something like this was happening.
So I read some social media posts and somebody said, are you sure you people are voting? Because if this was in Nigeria, everybody would be, you know, somewhere, not on the streets, not out and about as if, you know, nothing was happening. Everyone would be like on guard.
Yes.
But we've come a long way from those times. And even though we are still, you know, not where we should be, even as a sub-region, West Africa, we have our own situation with the military takeovers in some of our countries. But we've come a long way from bloody, you know, those days of bloodshed and all that. I think that now more than ever, we are learning to articulate vision more clearly. We are learning to articulate plans more clearly. And the people of Ghana, the people of West Africa, the people of Africa are showing that they are listening and that they are learning. And so now it's the leaders who need to now, you know, reorganize themselves and actually deliver on the things that they communicate to people. So we are there.
All right. And today being a very big day in the history of this country, obviously we're going to have challenges with traffic flow. And there was information issued earlier from the Information Ministry that announced some closure of roads in Accra, ensuring secured a seamless inauguration ceremony for the President-elect John Dramani Mahama. So the information we have is that the Osu traffic light to Parliament House, that's the AU runabout, access routes to Parliament from the Electoral Commission to the center of Parliament House. We also have security areas within Parliament House and its premises. And access also will be restricted to parliamentarians and, of course, parliamentary staffs and other vehicles too. So if you go to the Independence Square on the 28th February Cross Road there, the headquarters of the Castle Road Junction, there's some bit of controlling of traffic there. The Osu Cemetery, traffic lights to local streets, those places have also been closed. The Castle Road from AU Circle to Osu Cemetery, traffic light, that one has also been closed. Then in the Starlight 91 Road, closed at the Ministry traffic light intersection. And there have been some traffic diversions to minimize disruptions, and following diversions well in also place. So traffic from the 28th February Cross Road, that's Laboni and Osu, heading to the Central Business District, will be redirected onto the Salem Avenue at Castle Traffic Light, connecting to the Oxford Street. Vehicles on John Evans at Tamils High Street, heading towards the Black Star Square, will be diverted into the Liberia Road. And of course, the headquarters traffic light linking to the National Theatre traffic light intersection. And the motorists on the local streets heading towards Castle Road should also use the Jumaku Street and then Osu Street too. And then traffic from the AU Street to the Castle Road through Osu Casa Cemetery traffic light will be rerouted via the Abdul Diop and then King Hassan roads to connect with Abdul Nasser Gamal Road near the Ghana Institute of Journalism. So these are the diversions and some of the roads that have been closed down. Basically, just simple, to make everything simple for you. Stay home and watch us on GTV and listen to us on Unique FM. That's all. I mean, you just save yourself a lot. Today's even a holiday. So there's no need.
Constitution Day.
It's Constitution Day, which is a holiday. So there's no need for you to actually even think about going to work if you're not supposed to go to work. Just stay home, watch us on television, and listen to us on radio. And you can also get us on the internet too for everything that you need to know concerning this particular inauguration. So,
Yep. If you are part of the stubborn group and you still insist on going, you need to be mindful of the closures that George has mentioned. If you are driving, there are designated parking areas that you can also park your vehicle at. I think my advice, park as far away as possible and walk the rest of the way. But if you want to be closer to the perimeter, now it will be a lot more difficult to do that because it will be difficult for you to access these designated parking areas. Behind the Independence Arch, there's a designated parking area there. At the forecourt of the State House, there's one there as well. Access Bank car park, Osu Cemetery car park, and there's some vacant spaces along the ministry's area as well. Ministry of Food and Agriculture car park is also available for you to drive at. Marine Drive Football Park, Efwa Sutherland Car Park is also very near that vicinity. But if you want to be safe, park as far away as possible. Traffic is expected to be very, very bad in that side of town. Of course, security measures are also top in that area because we have a lot of visiting dignitaries and we want to ensure that everybody is kept safe. So do follow all the protocols. There's a lot of visibility with the police service, all aiming to make sure that everyone is kept safe and protected. And motorists should really use alternative routes to get to wherever they want to get to, other than the areas around the ceremonial area of the Black Star Square or the Independence Square, as some would call it.
All right. Now, if you go to the inner perimeter itself, where everything will be taking place, that's the Black Star Square. There are a couple of zones there. There's the Zone 1, there's the Zone 2, and then Zone 3. Now, Zone 1 is the parliamentary sitting area, and this section is strictly reserved for invited guests and dignitaries. Access will be granted only upon presentation of official invitation card. And then there's the Zone 2, which is for the public stand, open to all members of the public. There are areas which is designated to accommodate large crowds to ensure everyone can follow the proceedings. And the committee has also installed large screens across that section that actually will help everybody know exactly what's happening within the inner perimeter there. And then there is the Zone 3, which is the media area. Accredited journalists have access to this designated section, which is equipped with facilities to support comprehensive media coverage for connected and coordinated very well.
The beauty of our culture, we should expect that to be very much front and center. And I'm already happy that we are seeing a lot of representation from people from the north of the country coming all the way into Accra, people from the Volta region coming into Accra. And for those who are going to have all these watch parties all across the country, send some of your visuals across to us. Our social media handle is very much active. You can follow us at Ghana Broadcasting Corporation and also on GTV Ghana across our social media platforms.
All right, so what you're seeing now is the inner perimeter there. So that's beautifully designed, and obviously with the Ghana color, where you have the red, gold, and then the green in there. So those are pictures from the inner perimeter there. And for those who actually are listening to us on radio, that you can actually see what we're talking about, just to try as much as possible to give you that mental picture. It's a well designated area that has been solely designed for the inauguration. You have on your right side, which is the green color, the left is the red, and then in the middle there you have the yellow also in there. And there are various seating places and arrangements. The ground itself has got the artificial green grass that has been spread down there to ensure that everything becomes very smooth.
It looks like a football pitch.
It looks like a football pitch, actually, but it's a beautiful design put together there. And we're talking more about some of these things as we move on with this particular program and the coverage of the inauguration of the President-elect, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who is making history. And there are a lot of histories actually happening today. Yes. So he's the first president to stage a comeback and then to win. He's the first president to have actually gone through the entire political chain, if I put it as such, of this country as an assemblyman, as an MP,
deputy
as
minister.
a deputy minister, as a minister, as a vice president, as a president, and now coming back as a president. And also the first president, if I'll put it as such, to hold that presidential sword.
The state sword.
The state sword, to take that oath. He did the first one in 2012 in July when we lost our late president, Professor John Evans Atamils. He did that in Parliament because of that vacuum that need not be created. And then after the 2012 election that he won, he also took that kind of oath too. And today is going to be the third time for him to actually hold that sword. And the other history is that we're going to have the first female vice president of Ghana. You're a woman. How does it make you feel?
I mean,
what does it mean for women?
We've said this a lot of times, that women are not incapable of delivering any target. And we've seen Professor Nana Jane's rise through academia and her coming into the political space. We've witnessed her tenure as, education minister, and the kind of transformation that she wants to bring into this level of governance. And it's just a proud moment knowing that women are that much closer to getting the top office of the land. Now we'll have young girls who will watch the screens today, and hopefully they will say, I want to be vice president, I want to be president. So now you can aspire to be the one in charge instead of the spouse of the person in charge. And no disrespect to spouses of presidents and vice presidents, but when the woman is actually the one in charge, it makes it all the much more interesting. When a woman is in charge, there are certain things that will not happen.
Well, that cannot be. It's not been proven, though. But I'll just allow you to say this.
Just watch the history unfold, and you'll notice just the attention to detail is what I'm expecting, because where a man is more naturally predisposed to act impulsively, a woman is more naturally, and I'm using the terms because there's always margin of error and there's always room for...
There's always a but.
Yeah, it's always a but. But women are more naturally predisposed to be cautious and think about things in a bit more detail. So whereas we will have the rush and that enthusiasm on the men's side, I'm looking forward to the balance and the calming effect that a woman's presence at the table will have. I'm also excited about having a woman in charge of our economic management team. And because they say women, get chop money, you know how to share everything, I expect everything to be meticulous. I subscribe to the school of thought that thinks that remove any bottlenecks that this administration will have. Give them 100% of everything that they need, so that there is no excuse if things go south. So we can hold them fully accountable, and we can put everything to them that they did this or they did not do this. So those are the things that excite me. And I'm looking forward to how it all plays out. Maybe 4 years from now, if we are still here, God willing, we'll have a conversation about how this team has fared, this John and Jane tickets, and what they've done in their time in office.
They're forcing, put a message out there on X, which also got the vice president-elect to respond to that message. They're forcing is a renowned actress, and she's also one person who speaks highly for women and advocates for women too. She said that this is not just history, and history in the sense of the spelling history, which has H-I-S.
Okay.
It's history.
Oh. That's a good one.
Or maybe if you just put the hyphen in the hair story, which says that here's to breaking barriers and paving the way for generations to come. That's Jane Nano Pokwajima. And then the vice president-elect responded saying that, thank you, Lydia Forson. We will help break barriers and continue to pave the way as we work together to build the Ghana that we want. And it's a very much proud moment that we're having here.
It's a shero moment, because we've had heroes for a long time. Now we're having sheroes, and women are stepping out into that. Women supporting women as well.
Women supporting women.
Listen.
As well. Right. Ghana, we've done it all. I mean, we've once had a female Speaker of Parliament. She was present yesterday when Parliament was actually dissolving. We've had female Chief Justice.
We still have a female Chief Justice.
3 of them, yes. We had Georgina Wood, we have Sophia Kufu, and then we have
Getty Tokonu,
the third one too. So, and then by the end of the day today, we'll be having the first female vice president, and that's the history that is actually making in this country. And you should be proud of this moment. And if you're a Ghanaian, these are things that need to make you proud. These are things that should put smiles on your face. Like I stated earlier when we started this program, some countries don't have what we have.
Yeah.
They don't actually have it. I talked about Mozambique. They went for an election just as we did. They had challenges. It was sent to court, just as we had some challenges and it was sent to court. Even with that, we came out of court as very peaceful people. And the opposition said that they are not going to agree. And there's been political unrest since that time till we speak. They're expected to inaugurate their president on the 15th of January this year. But as to whether that's going to come off or not, there's a bit of a challenge in there because of the political unrest. Over 250 people are said to be killed. Thousands of people have actually fled to Malawi, which is a neighboring country to Mozambique. It's the same country that went out there to elect their leaders. We don't have such. We have a very beautiful country. We understand ourselves. We have differences. We have challenges, but we understand that we need to iron out those differences in a very peaceful way and ensure that this country is actually a very peaceful one at the end of the entire exercise. Yes, Thelma.
George, I think you couldn't have put it better. And let's announce also that watch parties will be underway across the country. We have our team set up at Ganasco, which is the former school of His Excellency the President-elect John Mahama. We'll also be in the central region where we will be tracing the roots of Her Excellency, the Vice President, soon to be of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, and millions of girls will be watching across the country at what the future looks like. The future is now. And when we return from this quick break, we'll be joined by lawyer and historian Chief Anoche Frimpong. He'll be helping us navigate these waters of the inauguration today in our studio. Stay with us. We'll take a quick break. When we return, our live running coverage of the inauguration of His Excellency John Mahama continues. We'll be back.
Thank you very much. It is a beautiful day here in the Upper East region today. Don't mind my voice because the weather keeps changing here in the region. That is why I've caught some cold, so my voice is a little breaking. But what I want to indicate is that here in the Upper East region, it is a very important day for the people here because they are all glued to their television sets, monitoring what is going on at the Black Star Square in Accra following the inauguration of the President-elect John Dramani Mahama and the MPs-elect across the country. And so today is a big day for the people of the Upper East region, and they are happy to be part of this history in Ghana. And for that matter, they would want to equally share their opinions, share their expectations going into the next administration by John Dramani Mahama. And that is why we are bringing you excerpts, we are bringing you expectations from the people of the Upper East region. So we will zoom into the Bogatanga East constituency, specifically in the Zuarongo, on their expectations for John Dramani Mahama's second coming. And so let me talk to one of the citizens here in the person of Vitus. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you for having me too.
Right. So John Dramani Mahama would be taking the baton very soon. Tell us, what are your expectations?
I have a whole lot of expectations. I think if you look at the lead up to the elections, youth unemployment was a major factor affecting the youth in this country. And one of the policies that touched those who haven't been in the formal education was the youth in apprenticeship. I think it is my prayer that that particular policy will be fully implemented so that those of us who haven't been in academia also have something to take care of ourselves. One of the greatest things I'm also looking forward as a young guy is to make sure that all those that were engaged in corrupt practices of the MPP administrations are put behind the bars, so that we, the younger generation, will understand that leadership is about serving the people. It is not about coming to steal, store, and save for our generation yet unborn. When he came, he also spoke about the Zuarango Meat Factory. It is also another huge project that we'll be looking up to as far as his tenure of office is concerned. Right. So we have a whole lot of expectations as he lays his boot to take over the realm of affairs.
Right. So that is a citizen of Zuarango in the Bolgatanga East constituency or the Bolgatanga East district. He has a lot of expectations, or he has tabled out a lot of expectations from the next NDC government. I want us to get into the market and speak to some of the citizens, and especially the market women and those who are doing business in this particular area, and we'll get their expectations as far as John Mahama's second coming is concerned.
So I expect him to also focus on the apprenticeship. So, you know, a lot of the young people see the education to be so much, and you know, everybody and the talent. So some do drop out of school and go into apprenticeship, but there is no support for us. So we are looking up to him to also think about us by providing a startup, and also maybe when we finish, he can also help us with some startup kits.
You were expecting a lot from Mahama. You know, to whom much is given, much is expected. Bolga East have voted massively for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and we're expecting to see massive infrastructure development. Look at the route, potholes everywhere. Accidents have been occurring because of the bad nature of the route. From Bolga Boku Road, Mahama awarded contract, and then to Karagarvao, MPP came. For the past 8 years, they've not been able to complete that road. So we're expecting Mahama to quickly complete Bolga Boku Road and put it in good shape. And Zuarango Township Road, we're expecting him to also complete the project that he started 2016. And, you know, to talk of infrastructure, Bolga East, we have some infrastructure development under NDC through Dr. Dominica Kuriting Ayene. And we are expecting our father, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, to work closely with our dad, Dr. Kuriting Ayene, by giving him position to be part of his government, so that development will come through Dr. Ayene, through John Dramani Mahama, through Dr. Ayene to Bolga East. That is our expectations.
My name is Adongo Mavis from Bolga East. Our expectation is that most of our young ladies, when we finish the apprenticeship, most of us would travel to the down south to make money, come and do their passing out, or to like get materials to start the work. So we are pleading him that if he sits and there's like the help he will bring to us, we just want him to help the apprentice and most of the youth.
My name is Apir Kasim Atua. I'm from Nabdam. For the incoming President John Dramani Mahama, I believe that things will be better, especially with those who are in the artisan sector, because our goods are so high that the patronage is not there. So we believe that when he comes, at least he will take some of the taxes, which will bring things down for us to be able to do our work better. And also, we believe that some of our apprentices, they don't have the means. Some want the job, but they don't have the means to enter. So we are expecting that his program that he's bringing to bring our apprentices to us, so that we will train them, so that we have more artisans in the country, so that we will not have to import or bring people from outside to do some of our work.
My expectation in the coming swearing in is that though things have been increasing at the past years, we've been in difficulties. Just within a month, the next month, things are increased. And what we are expecting from our president is that he should bring the cost of things down. Then our lives will be simple for us, because it's really hurting us. And then the businesses, we are not able to grow in our businesses because of the increment of things.
As a young lady like myself, my expectations are that when Don Dramani Mahama he takes over office, I expect him to give appointment to women. That's to empower a lot of women into the public sector. That is one of my expectations. And I also expect him to bring the Women's Development Bank, which is going to help the lay woman who is doing petty trading in the market. They can access loans at a lower rate for them to improve upon their businesses in order to take care of their families. I also expect that when he comes into office, he shouldn't forget about the women that are into craft businesses, like those into weaving, hairdressing, and all that. When he comes into power, he should take a good look at them and make sure that he empowered them for them to also grow their businesses.
Well, my name is Professor David Miller of the Miller Open University, Bolga. For us in Upper East Region, the expectations are not that many. The first, I would say, is the Palgu multipurpose dam. If it is fixed, a lot would have been done. And I must say that the dam is not only for Upper East, because that will inure to the benefits of 3 other regions in the north. That's Upper West, Northeast, and Savannah. So it's a great thing to do that will benefit a lot more people. Aside that, our few major roads, not the minor ones, because the drip project can deal with the minor ones, but the major ones like Bolga to Wa, through Tumu, and then Bolga, the Kulpangu Road, Kulmakum Road, that is not completed yet. If those two are completed and more travel, we'll be very grateful. But an add-on could be the meat factory and the tomato factory. For me, these are my expectations. If these are done within the 4-year period of Dramama, I'll give him thumbs up.
So these are some of the expectations sampled from the people of the Upper East region. You heard citizens from Nabdam, Bolga Central, Bolgatanga East District, Bongo, Zebila, and other districts across the Upper East region making their suggestions or making their concerns and expectations known when John Dramani Mahama finally assumes office. In the Upper East region alone, 15 MPs were elected out of the 15 constituencies. And that is why the expectations are so high in this part of the country. To whom much is given, much is expected. My name is Peter Agengre, and I've been ably supported by my camera technician, Abdul Wahabu Nso, from the Upper East region.
Welcome back. Those are reports from the regions getting expectations of the president-elect who shortly will become the next president of this country and this beautiful country of ours, Ghana. And the president-elect is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. We are back into the studios here. We're going to have a very brief and interesting conversation. What we'll be doing is that we'll be taking you in and out of the studios when everything is said and done. Hopefully when we're supposed to start at 10 o'clock, we'll fully take you to the Blaster Square. But we'll start our conversation here in the studio with lawyer Anochi Frimpong, Anochi Frimpong, who is a lawyer and he's also a historian. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I hope you're well.
I'm doing very well.
Okay. And how have you been over the period? I mean, from election time till now?
Yeah, I've been very fine. And
very fine.
Very grateful to the Almighty. when I was coming, somebody asked me, why are you in white? Are you an NDC person? I said, no, the whole nation knows I'm not NDC. But as you rightly pointed out, you know, it is something that is of a relief to an African country. Whenever there's going to be an election, we all pray for peace. Because in certain areas, there's always fighting. In the case of Ghana, it was not so. And therefore, we all have to jubilate and celebrate it.
Why should he be an NDC member to wear white? Is that what the person was trying to say?
Yesterday in the House, most of the NDC side were in white.
Oh. You know,
at the ceremony.
Last week or so, I visited a friend at Parliament House, and I discovered that a section of the MPs were wearing white, and then the others in any color at all. So it was not difficult at all to know those who won and therefore staying, and those who were packing out. Yes.
Okay.
No, a bit pathetic anyway.
We're going to talk about the Fourth Republic, build up that history of the Fourth Republic, which has been the stable republic so far, and it's been the republic that has been giving us all the history. But right, let me...
Wajatum so beso o my kronkron Ghana mfie na yedi edi mu ebe adope yatena se yesi nkonwa se yebedi won komo kakra na fe adusua kakra wom yesuesua wonim se ba ne se ya ensempi koso di amanfo nim obi tu futobu nkrofo ani obi ntiase emrade ewom ene wona eka bi ewom sen na niema esiti ehye be no man no amamra no eka ho nsem adope yi yebehwe yesuesua ne di won komo na fe ye de ania di akire na nkakra break or breba no dwumadi ne se de beko e won kran anopai ye de bebrɛw e wo fache TV so e ma remfi wo hwɛ fache TV na mom ye social media handles ni na Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere mpacho kwa like, subscribe and share for people na manfo so nyabi hwɛ. Of course fache TV ne de dwumadi e brɛw me den de coffee asamoa enin na anopai ye de brɛw efi Kumasi main Bantama High Street. Yeah, there be for bedin komo. Na there was a friend homa so na I was say di hon komo so di hon komo. Na mbom enra anajo. Bosomi ya ye womi. January bosomi ya to so nsia. Ebo non dumie no. Na the 8th parliament. Ye kan nkonwa butu forma. Ye wie the 8th parliament. Na say the 9th parliament is so. Ya pa on to mabuni be kan say ya inaugurate the 9th parliament. I assembly fiwa eba. Now, very interesting for the first time in the history of the Fourth Republic. Now, a Speaker of Parliament, echo second term. Very impressive. Very historic, in fact. Bakwasema, Enshadensi, Betenei, EBSC, Yera, Aban, Semana, Kingsford, Bagman. Or no, and I say a Tlemubium. Now, Ukraso, Akofnemunra, or Shy, say, Parliament, Toson Kuni, or Fourth Republic. Or no, na juma obeye brebi atwam ana se 8th parliament se sue hu na hodo wonya no o de bi beka ho no wato aso na waye adwuma o kansem bebre anope ho nsem ne nkomo ho a yebedie na mbom second deputy speaker of parliament and the first deputy speaker of parliament and so ye kono me de ho nsem ebebraw na enba na mebusa se enti wan and ebeye the first deputy speaker of parliament se ye wura Joe Wise member of parliament for Bekoi anyway why is na name Yera Andrew Siama binya second deputy speaker of parliament e ho sem wo ho but anura Yera Bernard Ehiafo Andrew Bernard Ehiafo and afei Yera Andrew Siama ye elected omo as first and second deputy speakers of parliament eno no ho dwumadi ekoye of course when him say wona ebem foforo kotofoforo a obansuo mu anasa wona ebem foforo bi a omma bi krampo da ebinim so wo faces like John Dumelo okay John Dumelo and John Dumelo enra ono so ko gire mu e ma ono so akofra mu anasa mu nyina so aye e kantam kire mai so obosom oman Ghana ne aboa hyemra papa e beboa ye mai mfie na edi edim obai yera A+ na no e den kakra okasa no enyumtoni yenim se wabe no ho anti-corruption crusader you know sometime ebe ni ono so no a opie mu foforo ene afoforo a enkom na hye bedwa mu da obo so enra omo ba ye besu aye se omo so besom e na afei binom so ananka omo nkonnwa no aye se na nchinywa so kakra wo ho like member of parliament for Techiman South yera Martin James Sakosa, all of them enra omo pie mu na enra niema hodo nketenkete bi kokọ so a na yewra fenyo market nom omukoko apade je kan ni nyina no anope atenase e be bo ne tofa ye di honkomo na anope yi medehye kechire afia adutwum wa amrosa okame ho anope yi me no ne yedi dwumadie no ensam ne doso ye be bobo ne mako akwa bese pa ni koni na haban ye betase ne banyansafo mu mako me gidi se ha e na osa wo hwe e bedu se yewra John Dramani Mahama e be sakofenam e swai e de akere ye microncro Ghana nsem e be pie mu panyen potofoma wo bete na wa hwe e wo Fache TV anopai Fache na ye free ye twa ho aba ye ba ye ne mra hye ye ne mra nim ni ba ko e tena ase na nkomo no ano be de me ba me pa do hontuma akiro me de na di akiro me boni di akiro me kiro dwumadi a wodie na obohu se ne nkomo no ano be ye den me ba afia be join me di ne kofi asamwa enen ye twa ho ba sisia
Mamreni ahofe album center for we your ba wo ho ofe we your ba wonim amamre ene ye hwehwe ba kokodrofo ane ho ofe Ghana is bold and beautiful oba odimu na ogina wo magana amamre botaye ene ahofe hwan ene be we ne brand new car ene sika chede a edadwumadie so kan ye hwan ebra ye hwehwe Ghana ba ogina ne nan so na onim de e wo Ghana amamre mu wo pese wo ka dwumadie any peke forms ewo Fache TV premises a ewo Kumase Bantama yene Presby Asafono ene din hwe ni mu or call 0543158383 sunyane nso wobetumi afa form ewo Service Radio ana Space FM audition date sunyane Saturday 25th January 2025 at Uzbek Hotel Kumase 1st February 2025 at Fache TV premises opposite Bantama Presbyterian Church. God is bold and beautiful. This program is supported by Venue Serviced